What's going on to you Virgos out here? So for you, you have the Rose Fairy, Hidden Depths, and then you have Dragon Beauty. So interesting. So um keep allowing people, keep accepting the fact that some people will never actually take the time to really get to know you. Uh keep allowing that to happen. Um, I think that is honestly one of our greatest strengths is when people don't really know too much about us, honestly. You know, but we used to share a zodiac sign with Scorpio. So, because why it is I'm saying that is because Rose Fairy represents it represents the blessings that we could bring into somebody's life. But Hidden Depths and the Dragon Beauty represents they don't really take the time to really get to know because they spend so much time judging us severely. And Dragon Beauty represents that, we're quite beautiful if a person was to ever actually get to know us. But people are so caught up with their own particular form, brand of self-centeredness and delusion. They don't really, dating has become something different. It's not about you know yourself and you're getting to know the other person anymore. It's about what have you done for me lately, right? That is the sentiment. What have you done for me lately? And it's all about what a person can get another person for, right? Because both sides are, it's deeper than selfishness. Both sides is it's about, oh, well, I can do this because XYZ, right? I want this because of XYZ, even if it doesn't necessarily make any sense. So then you have Dance with Unalive and Inner Strength, right? So this is about embracing that and being about essentially yourself, but not in a self-centered way. But see, Inner Strength is would basically be Leo energy. It would mean that you have to rely more on yourselves, and that's essentially what a lot of you Virgos have been doing for a very long time, is relying on yourself. But a lot of you don't really particularly like it. There's a sense of you Virgos wanting to be in a relationship with somebody, but what this Dance card represents here, I'm not even gonna finish it. The sentence. But the thing is that what this card here represents is, but you have to embrace. You have to embrace it. You have to learn to become more comfortable being alone, being an individual. There's a sense of, like I said, sometimes, like for instance, right, like when it comes to dating, people studying dating process, right? They're studying this and they're trying to figure out, like, okay, is it the person is trying to use the person, or is it that the person is like this, right, where they're not trying to use them? And to be honest with you, and I've talked about this before, but I'm going to kind of break it down here. It's not even about that. It's about vampirism. And what I mean when I say vampirism, I mean so many people are so self-centered to the point where they want love, but they will accept whatever the person puts out there as the forefront first. So the reason why it seems like the price tag changes is because it does change. For people who have money, the price tag is money because they have it. For people who do not have money, or doesn't look like they have money, the price tag is, oh, let me give you some fake love. Let me take care of you on some project type stuff. Like, I'm gonna build you up from the ground up. And this is where the misconception is. Because just because a person looks like they have money or has money doesn't necessarily always mean that they actually have money. They actually have it. And just because a person looks like they don't have any kind of money or material things doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have it. They could, billionaires wear plain t-shirts, no markings or graphics on them. They just wear plain t-shirts. So sometimes, right? Like, you wouldn't even know that Gucci or Versace creates t-shirts that don't even have the brand logo on them, but they are exclusive fits where they are Versace or Gucci, but they just don't have the logo of Gucci or Versace anywhere on it. And that's my point, right? You'll be thinking that it's a $10 shirt and the shirt costs $500. But seriously. So that's the answer. The truth is that it comes to you with a sense that you got to do all of this and all of that, because again, everybody is looking at it from a perspective of, they're looking at you. Low key, they're looking at you Virgos like y'all are supposed to be leaders. But while at the same time, they're warping it, because now they're going to try to get from you as much as they possibly can, while at the same time putting you on this pedestal of you being a leader, so that you have to provide for them. See, people are not getting it correct. People, one side is saying, oh, it's because they only, some people only, it doesn't have to be finances for the stuff that they like. That's not how it is. And then another side is, they're asking for all of this. It's like, no, that's not what it is. You need to put the two of them together. The price tag is changing from person to person. The person who is in question, or the people who essentially try to get as much as they can out of relationships, that is the true answer. The true answer is, there is no consistent thing. They deal with people on a case-by-case basis. Prices raise and fall depending on who's talking. So people don't want to do anything for you, Virgos, because you so smart. They know that you can figure out anything that you put your mind to. But they are parasites in that way, right? You can't expect the parasite to actually contribute back. That's what a parasite does. It takes, and it doesn't give anything profound. So, when some people come around you, this is why you need to have inner strength, because when some people come around you, they're looking at you to provide for them, like they can't do it for themselves. And see, then this is where you get summon the Grim Reaper, right? What this means is cut ties, cut whatever kind of spiritual connection that you have with people who do this, and that you have been doing it. You have been letting go of ties with people. Right? This is all about you Virgos essentially becoming from a somewhat of a pack animal, so to speak. I'm not calling you an animal. I'm saying like the behaviorisms. Somewhat learning how to go from a pack animal where you have to, where I can say have to, but you tend to exist in groups, to now a lot of you Virgos understand that you need and you want to be left alone. This is why it is that you get the Hermit card. Because the Hermit is about the hustle and bustle of how fast things move and how it's tiring, right? People constantly, like, you don't really ever get time to rest. You don't ever actually get a time to really sit back and relax. There's always somebody wanting some form of attention or money, or for you to help them with stuff. It's only up until recently, probably, I want to say, a lot of you Virgos got to a point where a lot of you Virgos can rest. I know that's how it is for me. It's always about, and it's not even about tarot reading per se. It's always about somebody coming in. They want help. It wasn't always like that, but sometimes people will come in, they'll get readings, maybe not even readings, but just they know me from the neighborhood. They want help, right? And at a time, if depending on how cool I am with them, I'll be like, all right, cool. And then they blame me for it. They'll blame me for this. You know what I'm saying? They have a problem. They don't actually want to get their problems fixed. So it's all, so it's all of this trolling. It's all of this. You can't have a moment's peace because it just seems like so many people are touching that last nerve with their stupidity, the foolishness, the idiocracy, the delusional mentality. They don't want to do anything in a correct way. Everything is dysfunctional, janky, broken down, messed up. It's always sideways, crooked, right? And see, the thing is that the soul bond, then you have soul bond and Arachnefaria. That's her name. So soul bond and Arachnefaria, right, represents so now that you you have to learn to cut ties and create brand new ties with people who don't, when you get around them, try to mess up your always just trolling you, right? Because sometimes I used to feel like that too, and I, sometimes when I encounter an idiot, I still feel like that because trolling is what they do. They talking some nonsense on your birthday. They used to pick on me in high school. Sometimes they used to get on my nerves, clown me for being, you know what I'm saying, just all matter of people, you know what I'm saying. Dating is difficult. It's all matter of people don't want to have common sense no matter where you spin to look. They don't want to have common sense. They don't want to think with their two brain cells that they may have. But then when they mess up a problem, see, this is the stupidity. When they mess up, when they have a problem, now they want it fixed. They don't want to fix it themselves. They want somebody else to fix it. This is the disorganization of how weird some of these people think. So what does that tell you? That says that you can't essentially make heads or tails of that. You're not supposed to essentially make heads or tails. You have to just leave these individuals alone. And see, the thing is that blessing now and black unicorn, right, represents how, that's literally the name of it, by the way, black unicorn. But the blessing and black unicorn represents how you Virgos are the guardian angel, right? You have been cutting ties because you can see a greater tomorrow, and you are accessing that greater tomorrow of being able to rejuvenate. See, part of the reason why Virgo is the hermit, like I said before, is because we want time to heal from the hustle and bustle of the constant idiotic individuals that need our help to mess it up, to make fun of us. So now it's a sense of us Virgos staying away. The blessing, I love these cards. The blessing right here represents the peace and the tranquility of whatever it is that you Virgos want to do. While people are calling, trying to reach out, trying to find out what's going on with you. And it's this quiet quitting that a lot of you Virgos are doing. It's this sense of they're calling you. It could even be a job, for instance. This calling you, trying to find out what you're doing, what you're up to, how you've been, right? Trying to get all up in, on, around, under your business, through your business. And you Virgos are just not answering the phone. You're not picking up the phone. You're not calling back. You're just like, look, because you realize somewhere along the time, right, from wisdom and experience, you tried to help people, because Virgo is a helper. You tried to help people. This is what it is that they refer to when they say service. A lot of people take it too far, right? They go to the extreme, they take it too far, and then they start thinking that you some sort of, you know what I mean? I don't even want to say the S word because YouTube don't like it. But they start thinking that you a serf, a perpetual servant and all of that, that you were born to serve. Like, because you just helped them out a couple of times. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, they take it to the extreme. They start thinking, oh, now I gotta have you, and now I gotta keep you locked up in a cage type stuff. I have to keep this gift, this ability that you have to be able to manifest things and get things done quickly and well. I gotta like keep your talents. But at the same time, the thing about it is that they don't want to do it in an honest way. They don't want to come to you and give you an honest job. They don't want to pay you, right, an honest amount for your time, for your service, right? They don't want to do that. It's not equitable. It's always about, they have to put you in a position. They have to put you in a position where they can essentially use you for whatever they want, free of charge. And so the blessing comes from the fact that you Virgos have a chance to, again, escape all of that nonsense. And the black unicorn represents you. You get a chance to run free. There's a sense of, being the stallion, being the person that you want to be, and having the space to actually do that. I know freedom is very important. Freedom is very important to me, because so many relationships make me feel like caged and make me feel restricted, unnecessarily so. I go somewhere, you got the person, if I speak to the person Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we can't just chill out for the rest of the week up until I call them on a Monday. The person has to talk to me every single day. You got to get off of it. You got to give me some room to breathe. You got to give me some space. They don't know how to take that. They don't know how to take that in stride. They get offended. Now they get mad. Now the relationship is on ice now. It's on thin ice. It's rocky. It's like, okay, so then let it be rocky. Let it be on thin ice then. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the black unicorn. Knight of Swords, Five of Cups, Six of Wands, Six of Swords, Eight of Swords. So, and the black unicorn also refers to how people will put a bad name, or they'll stamp you as terrible. They'll stamp you as bad. They'll stamp you as like terrible, right? And the thing is that the Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups right here, the Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups right here represents how a lot of you are you want to be able to protect your good name, but at the same time you're becoming okay with people coming up with their stories, because these are lies. They'll lie about you. They'll lie on you. Like I remember my Scorpio friend at the time called me and let me hear what him and the person that he's talking to at the time was talking about with me. And they talking about, and not them, but the person on the line that I'm talking about, my friend let me listen to, he talking about me. I ain't seen you in 5 years. I ain't seen you in what? 2-3 years. Let me see. When did I graduate? I graduated 2009. When was TJ Dillashaw versus Renan Barão in the UFC? I was about 2013, 2004. I think it was 2013 or 2014. I ain't seen you since I graduated in 2009. It's been 4 or 5 years and you still talking about me? Still? I'm that important to you? We never hung out like that. But this is what I'm talking about. And this is where the blessing comes into play. This is why you have the unicorn, specifically the black unicorn, because the black unicorn represents the corruption. It represents, people will try to stamp you with that. They'll put a jacket on you. You know, they'll put a jacket on you. They'll put this sense of like, a jacket on you. Like, they'll project things onto you. You know, no matter what you do, you're always the villain of the story, no matter how stupid it sounds, right? So a lot of you Virgos are just embracing it, like, okay, whatever. You'll be that villain of the story. Who cares? And again, 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 8 of Swords. A lot of people still need your help. The very same type of people that would dare to put a jacket around you. So, and this is now. This is right now. This is recently. It's just that a lot of you Virgos are not going for that because you've already experienced that. You're like, okay, next. When are people gonna actually not trying to give you a bad name? You know, try their hardest to have a problem with you. You know? So, but a lot of you Virgos are getting out of Dodge. And like I said before, your power, and I've kept saying it, your power is to pop up whenever it is that you want something, handle your business, and go right back to the disappearing act. Because it's too much of a burden to call yourself trying to mingle with the world and be out in society, whatever that means. But what I'm trying to say is, it's too much of a toll for you Virgos that you're gonna have to pay to call yourself associating with people too much. People are gonna lie, acting like they want answers to questions when they know that they don't. They're hyenas fronting to be lions. Because if people really want their problems fixed, then in essence they're going to know how to actually fix their problems. Or at the very least, the very beginning of it, they will understand what it is that they do not know. At least a little bit. They don't want their problems fixed. And one thing that you Virgos have had to learn in time is, even when people say that they want that, they're lying to you. They don't really actually want that. So, that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. That's it. Peace.